Hello, and welcome to the Phonexia Speech Platform 2022 Spring Release Highlights, where we're going to show you what's new in Phonexia Speech Engine version 3.5. My name's Adam Wright. I'm the Global Sales Manager for Phonexia's public sector, and I'll be your guide today. Today, I'm going to share some new improvements for our speech-to-text and keyword spotting, which I think you'll appreciate as the demand continues to grow for these technologies. And then I'll show you some other features, some end of support, and I'll give you a sneak preview of what we're working on for our fall release. From our last release in 2021, you saw that we had some new improvements for speech-to-text and keyword spotting, and that we've moved to a new generation, Generation 6. Well, the work's continued, and I'm going to share that with you now. Part of that, and important to notice or to mention, is our updated voice activities detection, which actually has an effect on speech-to-text and the accuracy that we can get from speech-to-text. For voice activity detection, we now believe it's a more robust model with more accurate recognition of speech and silence and technical signals in the background. And we've retrained the generic 3 model using more data to help us achieve better voice activity detection and better separation between different sounds. And this has had an effect on speech-to-text in the 6th generation. So, just to remind you from our last release, the improvements in 6th generation speech-to-text are channel and speaker adaptation, where we have some new techniques that we use for channel and speaker adaptation. There's been some improvements in the acoustic model, the neural networks. There's a more complex DNN architecture used for the acoustic model representation. And now, with the new voice activity detection, we have more accurate speech detection and segmentation during challenging audio conditions, which also affects the accuracy of the speech to text. And we've added a new decoder. A nice improvement in speech to text has been in what we called improved preferred phrases. So you remember, preferred phrase that allows your customers to put in custom words such as product names, slang, proper nouns, place nouns. You can also now use the API to create a single word preference. So if I see a combination set that's regularly coming and the transcription module doesn't recognize it on a regular basis the way it should, I can put in my preferred single word, and the speech to text will then catch that every time and change it. And we've added classes, which can be used as a substitute for a group of words, such as names, addresses, etc. Right now, this is just available in Czech Generation 6, but we'll be adding it to all the others. And now, you can help your customers to add words to the language model on the fly. Transcription of customer-specific words that are particular to their company, their products, the slang expressions they may be using. And now, depending on how you integrate the API, they can add these words to this language module on the fly. And that eliminates the need for to pre-compile custom speech-to-text modules in advance and then implement them. It can be done on the fly now. Here's a list of all of our languages. I'd like to highlight, particularly for this release, the improvements in Farsi, Slovak, Spanish, and Turkish. Farsi, commonly used in Iran and Afghanistan. We've moved it over into Generation 6 and made some improvements. We're still just achieving 60% accuracy, but we'll continue to focus on this language and improve it further in later iterations. Spanish. We're now at a 95% accuracy rate on our own evaluation data sets. We're glad that we've moved this over into Generation 6 to support our activities in Latin America and other parts of the world. We've made improvements in our Slovak module. We're now at 88% accuracy on Slovak. And finally with Turkish, where we're now at 58.7%. And we'll continue over time to add hours and improve our Turkish module. So if you have any of your customers that are looking for these particular modules, be sure to reach out to your Phonexia representative. We've also made some improvements with keyword spotting, what we call threshold tuning. So depending on how you integrate the API now, you can allow your customers to apply their own settings to adjust for false alarms or hits. Some other features. Quite important, we've fixed for the speech to text, we had a speed drop and a memory leak in the previous release, which has now been fixed. So hopefully you'll see some improvements on speed with speech to text. We've now changed the speech engine's database from MySQL to MariaDB. This was driven mostly by licensing. And if you think this could have any effect on your integration, then be sure to reach out to your Phonexia representative. And we've made some improvements on the binary of Phonexia Admin 2 and Phonexia Admin 2 Exec for administrators. Some other improvements, so you can find in the partner portal in Phonexia's knowledge database, you can find all the change logs from the speech engine as well as for the browser. We encourage you to visit the partner portal to see these. And also we've made further improvements in our ticketing system. We encourage you to use the ticketing system more and more. It helps us to maintain service level agreements, comply to ISO, and ensure that you get a quick reaction in the event of your assigned Phonexia technical consultant is on vacation or sick. I'd also like to mention end of support.
Please note that we have deprecated some old models. Deprecating means they're available in this release of Speech Engine version 3.5, but they will not be available in our autumn release. If you're using any of these technologies, please get in touch with your Phonexia representative to discuss upgrading to the newest version.
There's few other things that we've taken out. The command line for language ID has been deprecated, so still available in this release, but won't be available in the fall. Same with the STT command line. That's been removed completely and is not available in 3.5. And the voice activity detection command line is available in this release, but will not be available in the fall. For those of you that are already using the REST API, this won't affect you. If you're still using command line, these technologies, be sure to contact your Phonexia representative. We've removed a few applications from the speech engine. LobSpear, which was a load balancing application, we found there just really wasn't a demand for it, as most of you handled the load balancing within your application. Some workflow has been removed. The REST server was also removed, and a Java wrapper that was sitting on top of C++ API was removed. And again, note that if you're using our REST APIs, none of the above should really affect you. Our next release, you know, we do a release twice a year in the spring and fall. So in September, we'll be releasing Speech Engine 3.55, and I'll show you a few things you can look forward to there. We are currently working on our Arabic Gulf Kuwait to bring that into Generation 6, and that'll, just by moving it to Generation 6, we'll see some improvements in accuracy. Hopefully we'll also get some improvements in accuracy due to additional data. Polish is going to move to Generation 6 for version 3.55 in the fall, which will also drive further accuracy. Some other languages we're considering for speech to text, either for improvement or for adding, will be Arabic, Egyptian, Bengali, Cantonese, Chinese Mandarin, Dutch, Kazakh, Russian, Tagalog, Tamil, Telugu, Ukrainian. Hopefully I've said those all correctly. If not, I apologize. If any of those languages are of particular interest to you, then please reach out to your Phonexia representative to discuss the opportunity you're working on, and perhaps it'll help to prioritize one of those. Also, longer term, well, within the course of this year, we're working on how to simplify our licensing to make it easier and support how you license your applications. And we're working hard to simplify how we distribute the speech engine to make it more versatile, let's say, or to be able to use in Dockerization and that kind of thing. So those are the main highlights. Some of the things that are now out of support. A look to what to see in the fall, or what to expect for the fall. And thank you for taking time. And if you have any questions or concerns, interest from this presentation, definitely reach out to your Phonexia representative. Let's get a call set up and discuss about it. Thank you for using our technologies. We appreciate it as always. And we'll speak again in the fall, if not sooner. Cheers, bye.